There's so many people out here that don't know their worth, that don't know how much the Lord loves them, that don't know their value as according to the Lord. And because of that, they accept less. Because of that, they engage in things that hurt them. Because of that, they get into relationships that don't honor them. Because of that, they have entire lives that are not the will of God. When the Lord wants them to be here, they're actually down here because that's all they know. The Lord has a better way. You know, many of us didn't grow up in the best of situations. Many of us have been hurt a lot. Many of us know about the broken heart and the suffering. But if you don't let the Lord work that out of you, if you don't learn that his ways are truly better, if you don't know that you got to sacrifice some of the things that you've collected spiritually and otherwise in your time outside of God, you are hanging on to what's dead. Even if it don't seem that way to you, you're hanging on to what's old, what's rotten, what's unnecessary. And because of that, you hold yourself back. When we know who we are in the Lord, when we receive his love, you know, we only love because he first loved us. And his love is so good that when we first come to him, he's going to teach us how much he loves us. Then he's going to help us to love ourselves like he loves us. And then he's going to help us to love others like he loves us. It's a whole process, and it is necessary to happen that way. And it is not the easiest walk, but it's always worth it. You know, being in the Lord is better than living in this false delusion where it's just like a life of less than. You could be surrounded by things and still not feel the way that Jesus makes you feel, and still feel alone and still feel worthless. You could be surrounded by people and still feel completely without, completely isolated. And that is not God's purpose for anybody. But when we're steady trying to be in our pride or think that we know how to do things, our ways are better, then that is exactly what we will get. The Lord will always give us what we use our will towards. You know, if we want to use our free will to do things our way, he's going to let you do that. But if you are willing to even try to do things his way, to think that the Lord has a better way for you, to realize that he has a better life for you, if you're even willing to try, I encourage you to repent and tell the Lord, I trust you. Tell the Lord, I want to trust you. Tell the Lord, I'm not happy where I am. Give me a better way. Help me. Show me your ways are better. He will show you. He will meet you exactly where you are, no matter what, no matter what's around you, no matter what you've done. He will meet you where you are, and he will love you, and he will lift you up, and he will show you a better way. You don't have to be alone, surrounded by people. You don't have to feel empty, surrounded by things. You don't have to grind and grind and grind until you're empty. That's not the life he has for you. The Lord wants to provide for the things that you waste your time going towards. He wants to fill you up with things that you haven't even considered that you need. His ways are truly better and higher. But there is this world that must be forsaken. There is the graveness of just really, sin is really destructive and disgusting and abhorrent and horrific. It hurts you. And yes, he will ask you to let go of these things. There are sacrifices that will need to be made to be on this walk, but you don't have to think that far down the line. All you have to know is that you want to do things the Lord's way, and just let him know. And he will meet you where you are in that moment, and you will begin with him. But don't wait. Tomorrow's not promised. Don't be surrounded by so much and feel so little. He made you so intricately, specifically, particularly. He adores you. Your Creator adores you. You specifically. Do you understand that? He made you. He knew that as you listen to this, you'd be sitting there in that moment. He knew that because he goes before us. We can't understand his omnipotence, his providence. Every hair on your head, he numbers it. Even still, even those who refuse him. Don't refuse him. Your way hasn't worked out. I mean, look around. If you're not feeling the joy of the Lord, ask him for help. He will meet you right where you are. You don't have to do nothing or go nowhere. One day at a time, He is with you.